Hey folks, so I was doing some digging around the internet, and remember when I said to you that the situation in Virginia was probably going to get worse here soon? Well, here it is. While digging and looking around congress.gov, I found a bill going before Congress. It was just introduced recently, October 23rd, and I'm going to read this. I'm going to read the bill to you in its entirety, and I'm going to explain to you why this bill is dangerous. Now, for the most part, people are going to figure it out pretty quick, but just in case, I want to specify and let you know how this bill is a threat to us. So, the bill is House Resolution 4082 to amend the State Department Basic Authorities Act of 1958 to authorize rewards under the State Department's reward program relating to information regarding individuals or entities engaged in contravention of the United States or United Nations sanctions or other purposes. It's an amendment to 22 U.S. 2708. It is going to, specifically, it's going to affect foreign nations that support anything against the UN or the U.S. in our shores. But it's also going to be a problem for militias, 3%ers, YouTubers, independent media, the NRA, Gun Owners of America, a lot of groups. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to read you the specific text of it. It seeks to add this paragraph to the bill, or to the law, sorry. Knowingly, directly, or indirectly import, export, or re-export from any country, any goods, services, or technology contracted to export by the United States because of the use of such goods, services, or technology in contravention of U.S. or UN sanctions. Also, to knowingly or indirectly provide training, advice, or other services or assistance, or engage in significant financial transaction in support of contravention of such sanctions. Now, there's some important things to note in that paragraph. One, it does not specify any nation or list of nations. And it also does not specify not the United States. So, that basically means the same thing, this law in Virginia that's banning training and things like that. It's that and a little bit farther, actually. Because what this does is, one, it's snitch money for anybody who wants to tip off the Department of Homeland Security or FEMA or whoever about militias or 3%ers or any other group that's resisting things like gun confiscation or UN sanctions to the UN Small Arms Treaty that Obama got us into. Any of those things. They're snitch money. And frankly, let's fall back to history. We all know that people will pay it. Because you saw Jews in Germany that took money from Hitler just so they'd be the last ones in the oven. If you don't think your neighbors will do it here when half the country believes that we shouldn't have freedom and we should switch to socialism, your head's screwed on funny. So, I'm going to break this down into section by section to tell you how this can affect us. First, provide training. This would cover schools, security academies. In some places, it could honestly cover police academies and certain colleges, trade schools, things like that. It's going to cover YouTubers, the NRA. They provide training for people on how to use their firearms safely and properly. Militias, 3%ers, anyone that helps train people to be more prepared for various circumstances and situations. Then you look at advice, providing advice. You've got any attorney or lawyer that represents any of those groups. Well, they're in violation of that law. And as you ask yourself, how would this be enforced? You got red flag laws, you've got no-knock warrants, you've got the that Homeland Security Surveillance Act they just reinstated. There's a bunch of ways they can enforce this. But again, you got attorneys, lawyers who provide services to places like schools, YouTubers, the NRA, militias, 3%ers, independent media. Any of those could be targeted by this law. This is, right here, this is the proof positive that this is a planned and organized operation. Virginia is just the tip of the spear. All these groups that are wanting to go in and support Virginia after this legal battle ends and is lost, because it will be. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. This legal battle will be lost. And when Virginia goes in and starts doing their thing and taking people's guns, well, all of us that are talking about and supporting Virginia, talking about going in and helping them, our neighbors who don't like us, well, they can call and get some snitch money, get a red flag thrown at us. They can disarm us before we have a chance to go help. That's what this bill is for. Snitch money. Make no mistake. So, right now it's introduced. We need to start making some noise on it. We need to start letting these politicians know they're not sly, they're not slick, and we caught it. But here's the thing I wanted to point out to you. So for all you people right now who are waving your hands, blue man bad, blue man bad, and thinking that the red side is on our side and the blue side is against us and it's a battle of wills. Here's the thing. I've said it 100 times. Right wing, left wing, it's all the same bird. And it's always looking for an opportunity to shit on you. This bill was written by Republican Joe Wilson of South Carolina's 2nd District. It is co-sponsored by Ted Deutsch of Florida's 22nd District and Brad Sherman of California's 30th District. Democrats and Republicans working together to take your rights. But it goes a little deeper, because this is a bill that is sponsored in favor of the State Department. So that means that Mike Pompeo had to sign off on this. Let that sink in for a second. Everything I just read you, Trump's cabinet knows about. Trump has done some good things. He's had some policies I've liked. He's helped our country in a lot of ways. But he was the one that said, take them fast, take them now, and worry about due process later. If you have any questions, folks, feel free to hit me up in the comment section or check us out at MeWe and Facebook and ask there. As always, folks, be decent to each other because we're all in this together. God bless.